Trump calls on states to deploy National Guard to Texas as state clashes with federal government over border crisis. There's a lot to break down here, but I will jump straight to Trump's statement. His first portion of the statement. When I was president, we had the most secure border in history. Joe Biden has surrendered our border and is aiding and abetting a massive invasion of millions of illegal migrants into the United States. Instead of fighting to protect our country from this onslaught, Biden is unbelievably fighting to tie the hands of Governor Abbott and the state of Texas so that the invasion continues unchecked. In the face of this national security, public safety, and public health catastrophe, Texas has rightly invoked the invasion clause of the Constitution and must be given full support to repel the invasion. Page 2. We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards to Texas to prevent the entry of illegals and to remove them back across the border. All Americans should support the common sense measures by Texas authorities to protect the safety, security, and sovereignty of Texas and of the American people. When I am president on day one, instead of fighting Texas, I will work hand in hand with Governor Abbott and other border states to stop the invasion, seal the border, and rapidly begin the largest domestic deportation operation in history. Those Biden has let in should not get comfortable because they will be going home. Now, the big news here is that we actually have, the number is much bigger than this, but there is a report, 25 states, Republican governors of 25 states have signed a letter backing Texas. Now, the number is actually larger than this by now, but things are changing so rapidly, it's hard to know exactly how many states have already joined in. And needless to say, look, guys, I can't believe this is the headline we're writing. Obviously, everyone's trying to be a little light on how they describe this. Mediaite is just saying Trump calls on states to deploy National Guard as the state clashes with the federal government. But Trump's entire statement is how Joe Biden and the federal government is aiding and abetting illegal immigrants. By calling on the National Guard of willing states to deploy to Texas, he is calling for these states to act in absolute defiance of federal authority at a time when the Biden administration has given a deadline to Texas. Friday is the day. You must back off your guards or else. The question then becomes, or else what?
I have a million thoughts on these, as do you. We were all talking about this off the air. And so the thoughts, I could go on and on about it. But let's be clear. Joe Biden is committing treason, and he didn't just start committing treason. Biden and his administration, when you take over as president and you defy the immigration law, when it's your job as president to execute the law, that is treasonous. They didn't fall, they didn't stumble, they didn't bumble, they didn't fail, they didn't whoopsie. The communists who now run this country got elected and opened up the border on purpose because it is the ultimate win for them that Republicans cannot and will not reverse. You flood the country with illegals, you destroy the country, and that's what they want.
But it's sedition, I would argue, not treason. Treason would be aiding and abetting an enemy, whereas this is just actively trying to destroy the country.